Hello, my name is Nikki Opelu, and I welcome you to another edition of Master's Footprints. Today we're looking at practical marriageable traits. It means that what are those traits you should be looking out for in the man or the woman you want to get married to. Choosing a marriage partner could be very rewarding if done correctly, and could be very difficult and frustrating if wrongly done. You're actually free to choose your marriage partner based on your prayerful and careful thinking and thought inputs of other qualified counselors. Pastor Femi, what are the practical traits that somebody must look out for in making that choice of who to marry?
Okay, practical traits of who to marry. When singles want to choose who to marry, they focus on the wrong thing. Guys focus on the wrong things, ladies focus on the wrong thing. They focus on physical appearance, physical statistics, height, skin tone, bobs, and several other physical statistics. While those statistics are fine, while they probably are part of the consideration, just that statistics changes over times. A figure 8 sister today can become a Michelin sister down the line. A smart guy today can become a pot belly down the years. Okay, so what are those traits that we should look for in the man and the woman that we want to marry? Remember that the last video I said you don't switch your mind into neutral. Okay, so we go through them. 7, we are considering 7. Let's go through them one by one now.
The first trait to look out for is spirituality.
Okay, the first thing you need to see, the first trait you need to see in the life of a man or a woman you are going to marry is true genuine conversion, true conversion, and evidence of spiritual growth. Nobody is expecting you to marry an angel, but you must see that the man and the woman are growing in their personal relationship with Christ, they are growing in their walk with Jesus, they are growing in their faith, they are growing in their prayer life, they are growing in their holy living. They are growing in their study of the word. They are growing in all that it means for a man to grow spiritually. You have to see that there is a genuine pursuit of spiritual growth in the life of a man and the woman that you want to marry. Usually people say that fire and fire extinguisher cannot work together. So if you are spiritually serious and you go to marry a brother or a sister who is cold, you are getting married to fire extinguisher, the two will not work. So make sure that the man that you are going to marry is growing spiritually. He's growing in the fear of God. Because to the degree that you are going to enjoy your marriage depends on the fact that the man or the woman has the fear of God in their hearts.
Next one is resourcefulness.
Okay, he has to be resourceful, he has to be able to think. He has to be able to think on his feet. He has to be able to bring solution to the practical challenges of life. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8 says, a man who does not take care of his family is an unbeliever. He is worse than an infidel. Okay, that means, because that's what you are going to come to the marriage to come and do. Most times in marriage, what you are going to be doing is find practical solution to the challenges facing your home and marriage. So if now or during your courtship period you discover that the sister or the brother is always saying, I don't even know what to do and all of those things, he never or she never brings any solution to the table, it's just bringing problems, then know that getting married to that kind of brother will be challenging. A man and a woman that you want to marry must be able to think through problems and bring solution to the table. That's what resourcefulness means. Okay.
Next one is teachability.
Okay, marriage is, you are coming to marriage to learn together, because you are coming from different worldview. Maybe you are coming from different tribe, different social background, different academic background, and you are getting married. So when you marry, you are going to be coming to learn from each other. And some people that are so proud are not teachable. anybody who is not teachable in marriage is going to be challenging, because there's so many new stuff that you will have to learn. You have to learn new food to start with. If you are from the north, you are married from the south. You are from the south, you are married from the west. Definitely you have to learn new food. Maybe new style of sleeping, maybe new style of eating, but something new that. So when a man comes to marriage with a fixed mindset that is always right and that he has nothing to learn, it's going to be very difficult for you to marry that kind of person. So see that the sister you want to marry or the brother you want to marry is teachable. They are ready to learn and unlearn. That's a positive trait for you to see in a brother. And when a man says that, you know that they are not always defensive. They are not ready to defend themselves. They allow you to talk. They allow you to share your thoughts and all of those things. That's teachability.
Next, we have emotional stability.
Okay, the man or the woman that you are going to marry must be stable in their emotion. That means they can process their anger positively. They don't blow their lead. They are not obsession. They are not emotionally unstable. They don't have a sense of insecurity. So if they see you with another man, who is that man? Who is that man? If they see you with another woman, who is that woman? They are not obsessive. Okay? All of those things is important, and you will get to know that during your courtship days. You get to know whether a brother has a sense of security or a sense of insecurity. Those are traits that you should look for. If you go marry a man who can kill a lion with his bare hand like Samson, one day he will squeeze you like a paper. Okay, that man cannot handle his anger. Okay, the same thing goes for a woman. You marry a woman who cannot control his anger, one day he will use kitchen knife on you. It's happening today. Okay, so those are the traits that you will need to see.
We have communication ability.
Okay, the man and the woman you are going to marry must be able to express themselves, must be able to articulate their ideas, their concerns, must be able to pass their message without verbal assault. Okay, marriage counselor says that 3 things generate tension in marriage. Communication is the first thing, sex and money. And we have discovered that communication, sex and money are extension of communication. So communication is critical. It's the baseline, it's the life wire of any relationship, including marriage. So once communication is faulty, Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 18 says, a man must not use words as swords. Proverbs 15 and verse 1 say, the tongues of the wise bring healing, but the tongue of the right cuts like spear. So you must be careful that the man that you want to marry has a mastery over his tongue. Okay, and he can articulate and express himself. And again, that can be learned. There are people that are challenged when it comes to expressing themselves. But of course, when you get married, you have to be growing that ability, because there's no way you won't be able to share thoughts with your wife and your husband.
Next, we have sincerity.
That's crucial. That's talking about trust. The critical bond, the critical element that holds 2 people together is trust. Once a man is not trustworthy, once a woman is not, we have several kind of scenario playing out in relationship. People are in a relationship, they are double dating. People are in a relationship, they're already cheating on their partner, and the whole arrangement, the whole relationship is steeped in mistrust, mutual suspicion and distrust. Once the wall of trust collapses in any relationship, it's going to be difficult for that relationship. In fact, it takes double effort to build that wall all over again. So when a brother begins to lie, once a brother begins to deceive you with his action, with his word, with information, you have to know that that's a red line. Okay, so look for trustability. Look for sincerity of purpose, genuineness in in relationship.
Also have accountability.
Okay, well, that's tough, but it's a trait that you cannot compromise. It means that your man or woman will allow you to watch his back. He's not going to hide things that are crucial. He's not going to work in the dark. He's going to be vulnerable to you. He's going to allow you to watch his back. You are going to allow him to watch your back. Accountability is a safety net. It means readiness to be open without being defensive.
We call it full disclosure.
without being defensive. Okay, so Proverbs 27:17 says, "Iron sharpens iron, a man will sharpen." Some men don't want their wife to watch their back. That kind of man will be difficult for you to marry if you see that trait in his life. The same way some women don't want their man to they don't want to be accountable to their money. They don't want to be accountable for their time. They want to be accountable for the relationship. They don't want to be accountable for their ministry if they are in ministry. That is a tough one, and you can't compromise accountability in any relationship that will lead to marriage.
The last one we're looking at is relationship responsibility.
Okay, a man must be able to treasure relationship. That means a man must be able to appreciate you as a value to his life, as an added value to his life. Not treat you as as trash. A man must be able to treat your relationship with him as precious, as honorable. Hebrews 13:4 say marriage is honorable and marriage. So a man, in some culture, in some African culture, people still treat women as outsider. They see demean women. They see put down women in marriage relationship. They still believe that they are inferior. They have to be treated as a slave. They have to be treated as a visitor. No matter how long they have been in that marriage, they don't have a say. They don't have a stay. They are not treated as permanent member of the family. That man is not responsible when it comes to relationship. When you see that kind of traits, then you have to slow down. The same thing can come from the woman. Okay, so there are women who don't accept their husband, even though they are married. Their love is for somebody else. They are married to the man, but their love is for somebody. Their love is for their ex. So they keep comparing their husband with another man. That's not correct. Both of you must be ready to accept yourself the way you really are, with all your strength and all your weaknesses. Those are the traits that you need to look for in a man or a woman that you want to marry.
We have looked at some of those traits that one needs to look out for. Can we find all these traits in one man or in one woman?
Well, no, that's the straight answer.
Okay. And what's the balance where somebody has strength in some and is weak in some? For example, maybe somebody is strong in spirituality but is weak in maybe accountability. Okay,
usually that's what you have, because all of us have our strength and we have our weakness. So the first balance is that a man who is weak in one or two or three of these traits, we must see that he's ready to work on the areas of his weakness. He's not accepting his weakness as normal. So people give excuse for their weakness. That's my weakness. I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to express myself. No, that's not a good one. You don't just accept your weakness as normal. You want to improve on them. So we must see that a brother or a sister who is weak in a particular trait is ready and working on that weakness, not accepting, not explaining it away. That's wrong. Okay, so that's the first balance. The second balance is that apart from the fact that he's ready to grow all of those weaknesses, the second balance is that some of these traits are more important than each other. So for instance, trust is a crucial element. A man who has strength in communication, but he has weakness with trust, even if he says anything, it's going to be lies, because he has problem with trust. Spirituality is a critical one. Once a man is not born again, even if even if you think he's stable in his emotion, maybe it's because he has not been exposed to pressure. Okay, so trust and spirituality are a strong one. So if the man and the woman you want to marry has problem with all of those things, you'll have to wait and check it. Okay, so that's the balance. Work on your weakness. And where those weaknesses affects the critical traits that we have explained, then you need to hold on. Ultimately, when you have 2, 3, your friends and family pointing out to this weakness in the man and the woman you want to marry, you will have to hold on because they could not all be wrong. The second thing is that if you have a check in your spirit concerning those traits, please hold on, because much of what people come to deal with in marriage are things they ignore during courtship. Hold on, deal with it. And when you see that the brother or the sister is not teachable, they are not ready to learn, God will give you the grace to release them to go. And God will sort you out. I pray for you that as you go work with these instructions, the wisdom of God will be at work in your mind. I pray that you will not be confused. I pray that you will have the faith and the courage to take the right decision in relationship. Thank you. God bless you.